Good morning. How we living out here today, my people? I'm back. Monterey Pill is back. I know. Listen to me. Good morning for everybody on the highways, byway, tryways. You know what I'm talking about. BB. Drive safe on your journey. Monterey Pill is back in effect. I told you I'm gonna start bringing it to y'all live across all platforms. I was strictly streaming on Facebook, but now it's time for us to actually get some more people involved in this. It's a blessing within itself. So listen to me. Drive safe on the highways. Automatically every day in the morning, baby. Automobiles take lives every day. And like my Uncle Red Pill say, there is somebody somewhere out there who loves you. We know it's your family, baby. Now let's talk about this, y'all. I got a letter. Somebody emailed me. They sent me a letter and they wanted me to give my take on it. So I want us to give our take on it, if you know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, I'm gonna actually read this letter off. Everybody, got anybody in the BB? So listen to me. It's been a blessing over the weekend. I hope everybody was safe over the weekend. And we're gonna get this started right now. Because this is a blessing within itself. All right. Let's talk about it, my people. There's a letter that was sent to me, okay? And the letter goes like this: how to deal with the fact that your partner has expressed to you he is sexually attracted to someone else. Just a letter, okay? So I'm gonna get our take on it. Let's go with it. All right. I know it's silly to live in a fantasy world that your partner only thinks you are attractive, but this fantasy world keeps me sane, and it was disturbed last year, and I still feel sad about it. All right, so last year she felt sad about it, but she still is in that mode. This letter saying, let's see where we going with this. I have low self-esteem, which I have been and am working on very hard. Therapy, counseling, health, lifestyle, self-help, books, podcasts, plant-based medicines, etc. So she taking the time out to try to make herself better, which is great. We always got to talk about that, baby. So let's get it started. You know, last year I made a friend who I admire very much. She was very beautiful, outgoing, and confident person. My partner and I went to her house to hang out with her and one other person. It was fun, went well. However, that night when we got home, my partner admitted that he felt attracted to her. I felt crushed because I already had some envious feelings for this girl. Now listen to me. I'm a little lost. Envious feelings to a woman you just met, and that's kind of like threw me for a loop already on this letter. But let's just go. We can keep it going. We go back and analyze this thing. I only ended up hanging out with this girl one other time after, and their friendship died off because she moved a few hours away to another city. Our relationship is amazing. Despite this, he is loyal, supportive, loving, and is my best friend. This really affected me, and although I am handling this a lot better now that it has been a year, every once in a while I have a day where I feel sad about the fact, and today is one of those days. How can I try and get over this? This is a good question, my people. I'm just asking y'all on the live. How you think you get over this? What you think this person should do? Now I got a couple questions. All right. Now you say in this letter that you and your partner is the person that you met. Let me just go through that. Person that you met, and she's, beautiful, outgoing, confident person. But in the same token, it was like you envy her. I'm kind of thrown off for a loop here. So maybe somebody out there can make my Uncle Ray understand what it is. See, now I'm giving my take on this letter, but I just want to understand how we find a person to be beautiful, attractive, and all those outgoing things and got a lot of confidence, right? And she's cool, you had a nice time. Yet in the same sentence, you feel envious about the person. How do we do that? Please, somebody help me understand, baby. Welcome to the morning show. How you feel envious about a person you just met? You see, so this is something I want to ask to all my beautiful ladies and people out there on the live today, this morning. You know, first of all, I hope the setup is good. It's the first time running it here. So y'all give me your take on that too, so we can make sure we keep trying to improve this. But in this letter, all right, they hung out and they kicked it. Right now, this woman actually admits that she has, low self-esteem, therapy, counseling. She's trying to get herself to a place to be a better person, which is great. So, but my question I'm asking y'all out there, just because you're working on something and you still, that doesn't mean you're past it. I know we understand that, but some people think I'm working on it, so I'm good enough. Well, in this situation, I don't think she is. And this is my Uncle Ray PLT. Because the problem I'm having with this is that your low self-esteem, it's like you want to beat this person. I mean, why you say that, my Uncle Ray Pill? Because she's confident, beautiful, and outgoing, and right? And she was a cool person to hang out with until your boyfriend, decided that he was attracted to it. And so with that being said, you envy her for that. I think it's a lot of personal issues when it comes to this letter that you need to work on yourself to become a better person. And when I look at this letter, it's kind of hard to be happy for someone when you're not happy yourself. And this is why I always say, my Uncle Rapier always say, self, it starts with self. You got to have confidence in you that you are beautiful in that. And it's obvious if you feel envy about a person who never done you nothing, she's a cool person, and you still feel some type of way about it because your man was attracted to her, then that says a lot about where you're at in the state of mind for where you shouldn't be doing. Technically, when I hear conversations like this here, I don't really think you should be in a relationship. But what you mean, my Uncle Red Pepper? So here's the deal. It always say, you can't be happy for somebody when you're hurting inside. So we go out and we do things and we need to work on ourselves. And she's admitting that she's trying to do that. She's doing that. But yet, she still is not ready to be actually working with friends, because loyalty and honesty is part of a friendship. And I know this lady, when she see this letter, whoever sent this to me, we have to black out the names and stuff, right? Because people don't want to be known, right? But at the same token, if they see this live, I'm pretty sure they understand that they're talking to them. But and the friendship shall always be genuine, right? So it sounded like it was, but then all of a sudden, I already had some envious feelings for this girl. Now, see, that's what throws me for a loop. It's just your insecurity still living today. And that's a problem because you are not ready to actually be no one's friend when you're not ready to accept and you're not ready yourself as a person to go out, and meet people truthfully. So it sounds like to me you met this person. She's an ideal person of what you would like to be. Just my Uncle Red Pill. Opinion, baby. Welcome to the morning show. And when you found out your man seen the same thing you saw, right? Then all of a sudden you envied that woman. So I hope a lot of women is not acting like that and in that same state of mind, because truthfully, a lot of people say that, well, you just don't know what people like you for. Are they real friends? Or do they like it for this? Do you like it for that? Well, it's clearly the friendship is not really that good because this person here don't see good in themselves. They think lower themselves. So technically, she shouldn't be in a relationship with no one. I mean, and then definitely not be a fake friend. Because who wants somebody to come around and act like they're all with them and then turn right back around and feel some type of way about them when they never did anything? You see, that's because when you're in a place, in a space, what I'm saying, and your mind starts to run, and you're not ready to control it because you're still working on yourself. Working on yourself is still in the process. She's in therapy, counseling, help, lifestyle, self-help books, podcasts, plant medicine. You know, she got a lot of things going on, but yet she haven't made it to the stage. This is my Uncle Ray Pearl Tank. She haven't made it to the stage of understanding and accepting, you know what I'm saying, change, because for the fact that you envy your person just because they came around and being what you would like to be yourself. And then the fact that you want your man not to identify the same thing you identified in the letter is ludicrous. And she says that, well, you know, no, it's hard to deal with it, and she's still dealing with it. And I'm like, well, if the man never stepped out of disrespectful, and a lot of people say, well, we got a friendship, we in a friendship, we in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You my friend, you my friend. But when I'm expressing the way I feel, they don't feel like it's a friendship. Right now, let alone the letter did not say that she actually confirmed this and told her boyfriend, you know what I'm saying, about this situation. You know, so that's jury is out on that. But the fact that she envy a person because it just was nice and sweet lets me know where she's at in life. You know, and so sometimes I tell people all the time, you know, don't be reaching out to try to fulfill a void by being in somebody else's presence when you really need to just be working on yourself. Because when you live in a lie, it's more painful than you actually accepting the truth. And so when this person is moving around, you can't tell that she's actually the person dealing with this type of thing. You know, maybe depression too. You know, there's helplines for that also. But the point I'm making to you is a friendship's supposed to be genuine. If a person ever did you anything, you shouldn't envy nothing about them. But it sounds like you envied that person from the start. And saying she was beautiful and all that, you admired that, you wish you could be that. And then the fact that you would want your man not to that actually see the same thing that you saw, what was your interest in it? I mean, you said it in the letter, right? So then now this friendship conversation that people say in relationships have, right? Can you really be honest without being held accountable for your, because you said we friends. So should that hurt me? You know, that's the question, you know, we need to talk about. You know, when the person you saying you a friendship, you know, and this person is supportive, loving, and he's my best friend. All right, this really affected me, although I'm handling it a lot better now than it has been in the year. But this is a year. So let's say, welcome to the morning show, baby. This is still a year later. I want y'all to understand this. He never cheated. The friendship thing that people wants to say, right? But she's still stuck in her own feeling because she's still not what she's supposed to be as a person. Her confidence and her self-esteem ain't there. She's still on work in progress. So my question to y'all out there on that live be, hey, should this person even be around people if she can't be genuine? But what do you mean? It's just kind of life fault? No. What I'm saying is, though, going the extra mile, going like just saying hi and bye, that's cool. But actually going to a person's presence and acting like you really like them, I just find that to be, you know, delusional state of mind. It's like this person wanted to be that person. So when they realize that they're not that because of what they partner said to them about being attractive to this woman, it kind of crushed them. But technically, I believe she was already crushed, right? You shouldn't put yourself in places like that with people when you're not ready to actually accept who you are. And you're not ready because you're still going through the process of therapy and counseling and a lot of other different things. So I think people are always trying to find validation. My Uncle Ray Pig gonna keep it real with you. And it's not the best thing, the outcome for you in real life. You know, so I want y'all to understand this. Take the time out to get yourself to a place before you start putting yourself in different places with different people. And those people is living in their truth and you're not. And automatically you feel some type of way because you're at a place where you don't belong at, right? Mentally and physically, right? You should be putting yourself around people and getting yourself to a place where you can accept people true. But you can't accept a person true and how they really could, you know, how they really feel about life because you don't like how you feel about life. See, this is the biggest lie we tell. We tell people all the time, well, listen, man, you know, at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm straight. But then when this situation happens, and it will happen, because the truth always get to the surface. Baby, welcome to the morning show. And then you get this here. A year later, this woman is still stuck in the same mindset. The guy never cheated. They're supposed to be friends, right? She said it right, because if he did, she would have said that, right? She says he's loyal, supportive, loving, and is my best friend. But see, that best friend situation, he don't, in this letter, it doesn't say that you confirmed that you talked to him and told him anything about that. So this guy may just be in a relationship right now and not knowing how this woman really feel. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what you think about that? Do you think that's something that you should be like telling your partner, being truthful to them? I mean, I understand why a lot of people lie, because you don't have to deal with the truth. But if the truth can't make a person separate a person from getting a different outcome than a person who lies, then why tell the truth? I'm just asking the question. If the consequences is still the same, right? Is it some things that we should just hold back on? Just curious, you know. And this is what my Uncle Ray Pill saying. You know what I mean? So, ladies, whoever wrote this letter, listen to me. I think you really need to take a step back out of your relationship, too, because you're going to keep on facing these issues in life until you get yourself to a place where you accept who you are and be happy in your own skin, right? And so we have a lot of people who actually go through a lot of things and they live a lie. And see, what happens is when you cross this bridge, what truth gonna have to be, then you're gonna feel some type of way. And this is exactly what this lady did when she in this letter. She thought she was ready to go out and hang with beautiful people and stuff like that because she thought she had it under control. But truthfully, her low self-esteem is still low, right? So she haven't graduated enough. She haven't did enough work and enough experience, enough, work orders to make herself a better person. So when she's dealing with this come across, she knows exactly how to handle it. So I don't, she's not ready for that. And so which means truthfully in the relationship, she's not ready for that either, because she'll hinder that relationship from growing because she's gonna always put herself in a situation where she defends self and not worry about the relationship, the importance of a relationship. So for the guy who's dating this woman, he sees this woman as a person who's going through something. I know he do, but what he don't understand is what her mouth saying and her actions is two different things. People act like they're ready, but when they walk a certain walk, you realize that they're limping. Welcome to the bond show, baby. That walk ain't the same. So a year later, this woman is still in the same headspace, and she's asking, "How can I try and get over this?" Well, here's the deal, baby. Let me answer that question for you right now. How you get over it? You back out. Well, what you mean back out, my Uncle Ray Pill? That's not for you. You're not ready for a relationship. You need to really work on yourself, because you will hinder that relationship, you and that person. You treat you and that person out of life. And that's just not something I will always anything recommend. And then you already got those issues prior to this person. Okay. So now you're building more issues, because relationships have their own set of problems. Let's just talk about that. Right? Relationships have their own set of problems. Right? You don't have no room for no problems. And that's just not real. Anything that's worth having gonna have some issues, because if everything is easy, then it ain't worth having. I mean, there's nothing with value that everybody have. You know what I'm saying? In order to create value, you got to compare it to something. So when you got yourself in the room and you saw that woman, how she moved and how she was, and then you started comparing yourself indirect subconsciously, you don't think you do. But everybody's in competition. Yep, I ain't in competition with nobody, my Uncle Ray Pill. The lies we tell, baby. You see? I'm telling you now, you are. And that's why she felt some type of way. Because if she was hotter than that woman, more beautiful than that woman, right? She had a confidence up like this woman. Let's just flip the roles. Let's flip everything she's saying. You think her behavior would be the same? You think she'd be thinking about that later on, a year later, if she believed in who she was? If she got herself to a place where her confidence is up? Think about this. You see? No, she wouldn't feel the same way. You see? So this is why you need to work on yourself and stop jumping in and out of relationships. This is my Uncle Ray Bill keeping it real with you, baby. See? Because all you're doing, and truthfully, you're really hurting other people, and that changes a lot when it comes to that mentality. You know what I mean? So please take the time out to look at life, accept it for what it is, and work on yourself. Stop jumping in relationships causing bigger problems, because you're cheating that person and you out of life. And it's not fair that a person think that you're a friend genuinely and truthfully you envy them. I mean, that's crazy, right? And I don't understand why that's like that in life, right? But to me personally, women, right? Let's take the time out to actually ask these women, certain questions when you're bringing them to your home, because I'm just saying, right? Because you just don't really know what people putting on. And then when you find out, you're going to put them off. Now, this is a year later. He never cheated, right? So this is a disturbing letter to me, baby. It's very disturbing. The fact that a person can be honest and you use friendship, and then now you're holding that. And I'm pretty sure that he don't know this because you don't say that you told him, right? Because you don't want to feel like you're jealous, which you are. So don't put yourself in a situation. I don't care what you think, what you say, until you're totally ready, right? And by you still a year later processing what happened, you ain't ready, baby. You far from ready. You know what I'm saying? So keep on going to therapy, counseling, definitely. But going to therapy and you not exercising that on a daily basis is a waste of time. I want to be real with you. I hear a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to therapy, this and that and that. And you're being therapy for 10 years. 10 years? You just going to be saying you're going. I'm trying to get you to understand what my Uncle Ray is saying. You got to do the work and take the steps to become a better you. Just going to therapy and not really actually, using that and implementing into your life, it's a waste of time. My Uncle Ray keeping it real with you. It's too many people say they're going to therapy and these results is still the same years later. It just kind of mess with momentum. I'm not comprehending that because you're not doing the work. Anything that you're doing over and over again, right, with anybody, and your results are still the same when you're going there for help, you're not graduating, then I suggest you get another counselor, another therapist, right? You need to change something up. Like anything in life, I'm just using that as an example, okay? Because if you're not getting results where you can't even be around a woman honestly because she's beautiful and attractive, it's like you drew to her because that's who you want to be, right? And then you hanging out with this person in your home and chilling with them, with their people, and you feel some type of way about the whole deal. Why? Because you really feel some type of way about yourself, right? You're not ready for that. So, and I think that guy in that relationship with you, you're cheating him out of life too. Because if you ain't ready to go around people, then you can't be ready to actually help a person when you can't help yourself. You know what I'm saying? You need to really take down, ball down, back up, start doing some exercises to get yourself to a better place. Because it's a trauma life that you live in, and relationships gonna bring problems regardless. So they're gonna have their own set of problems that don't have nothing to do with your problems. And if your problems have problems already, in which we already know because you're in counseling and therapy, right? You're gonna stack those problems on top of those problems, and how your life gonna work after that? You see? So it's like you continue building issues and you're still trying to raise to the top, but you steady adding. No, we got to knock it down and then we take the proper steps. You know what I'm saying? Stop jumping off the porch, baby. Walk down the steps. You hear me? Welcome to the morning show, baby. So listen to me. This letter, we're going to do more letters. People send me stuff. I got a couple more that I seen, but I want to touch base on this in here. I'll put it up there. You know what I'm saying? How to deal with the fact that your partner has expressed to you he is attracted to someone else. So me personally, in this situation, dealing with it with a person that's confident is one thing, right? But dealing with a person who's not confident and have self-esteem is another thing. Because a confident woman would have looked at it in many different ways. Not to talk about how women is and what we are, but we already know we got people who believe in other people, do different things, into monogamy and into polygamy, just different type of relationships, right? So there's an outcome for that. If you're into that, cool. Nothing wrong with that, BB. Your life, you like it, I love it. But my point I'm making is, but by you not even being a person who can actually, look at where you at and accept life for what it is, then everything else is off the table. You can't offer a different situation when you're already locked in your own mind, and you can't separate the two. So, but for a confident woman in the same situation who don't have low self-esteem, right? It's a million different ways she could have looked at it. I mean, Margaret Ray can run a couple to you, to keep it real with you. She could have been like, you know what? I mean, I appreciate that. I'm glad you with your honesty, stuff like that. But I think she's beautiful too. You think she told him that she thought that you think she told him that she think he was beautiful, that she was beautiful and confident, you know what I'm saying, and outgoing? No, I don't think so. After he told her that, she shut down. Why? Because where she's at, she can't hear that. She can't take that, right? Because she shouldn't be there. You know what I mean? But a confident woman could have took that a million different ways. And people are into a lot of things today, for each his own, and it could have been a good thing. Just saying, all depends where it could have been. But in your situation, it don't fit. You don't fit the bill. That's just not real for you, right? Because when you looking at that situation and you still thinking about a year later, and your boyfriend, you know what I'm saying, and your relationship came and told you some honest truth, and you still holding on to it, and I'm really believe he don't even know. See, it's a bigger problem, baby. You got issues, and you need to work through them. You know what I'm saying? And I think you need to do that by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is your insecurity will stop this relationship from even growing. That's why you don't belong in a relationship. Let's say you have a baby. Let's talk about this baby. Let's just say you have a child in the midst of all this. Let's talk about that, right? You bring a beautiful, gorgeous child into this. How do you think that's going to work out now? Because then children bring their own set of issues, responsibilities. You see how this situation could become worse because life don't bring you problems, and if you already got a pile of them that you're trying to deal with and you ain't passed, I don't think it's very smart at all to keep piling it on, right? Let's start knocking it down, right? So we can get our headspace in the right place, so we can actually be cool with who we are, accept it, and be a happy person. But going around a person because you're beautiful and happy and outgoing because you want to be like them, and then you envy them at the same time, it just lets me know where you're at. You know what I'm saying? And the work that you need to put in. You see, so everybody on that line, baby, I just want to go through this little line right here, this letter, you know, and y'all leave some comments at the bottom. Let me know what your take is. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, my final thoughts on this situation is simple. Work on self. Get self to a place where self is happy, right? Because if self ain't happy, you know, self can't be happy for nobody else, you know. And I really realized this, and I tell people all the time, make sure you work on self, you know what I'm saying, and be willing to take the criticism to get better. And if you're always talking to people who are actually going to co-sign your bad behavior, then you're just looking for somebody to justify your agreeing with you versus getting the results that you really need, right? So I'm telling you, stop talking to people who really don't help you, and you've been doing the same thing for so long in therapy, right? And these results are still staying stagnant. It's not the therapist the problem, it's you accepting the fact. Sometimes in life, you have to eliminate the people that you're around. Welcome to the morning show. I know, baby. I got to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Right? Because if you ain't getting change, then you ain't implementing into your life. And sometimes the people around you, right, you trying to keep up a certain status, image, perception versus reality, right? It could be a curse to your whole existence in your relationship and everything because you're not living truth, right? See, what people don't understand in relationships, 73% of relationships in the first year is living a lie. See, I'm just sorry to tell you the truth, right? So when you know the numbers, you know it's already worked within itself, right? Then you bringing those issues back on top of that, you got a lot of work, baby. You're going to be overtime, baby. And that's not the answer. So please take the time out, right, to do the work and implement it into your life. You know, going to class is one thing, but paying attention in class is a different thing. You see? You feel me? Do you understand me, baby? Going to class is one thing, but implementing this into your life on a daily basis when you got so much trauma, so much hurt, so much pain, it can be critical to you actually finding a healthy relationship and being healthy yourself. You see? So I need you to get that confidence, grab it and hold on to it. Put yourself around positive people so they can change the outcome in your life, right? Because you got to stop hanging around people who tearing you down, right? And keeping your mind in a state of mind where you don't even see value, right, in the things you do. So instantly when you find a person who have confidence and outgoing about themselves, you envy that because you wish you can be that, right? But take the time out and you can be that. But stop living your life, right, thinking that everything's okay and secretly going to, well, Margaret, but why you say she's secretly doing it? Because if you keep on doing something, you're not getting the results, baby, right? It's letting me know you're not really doing all the work you need to do. So maybe changing place, changing friendships, changing the things in life that keeps you stagnant, you may have to eliminate it, baby. And that's just the truth. Welcome to the Morning Show, baby. You see, my Uncle Red Pill gave you my final thoughts. Listen to me, baby. Please stay in therapy. And don't cheat that person you and them out of life. Be honest with that person. Tell them where you at. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't do that, you're just going to make your life a living hell. For the simple fact is that relationship is going to bring us to the problems. And this bridge you will cross again. And you will be in the same situation. So if you really don't lock down right now, as the years going by, I don't know your age, but we got something called the wall, right? And when that hits, and it's all going to change. So while you're still young, or whatever if you're a young woman, right? I really want you to take the time out to get yourself to a better place so you can prepare yourself to have a better future. Until next time, my people, listen to me. My Uncle Red Pill is only keeping it real with you. This was my take. This was my input on the letter. I hope y'all make some comments at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And if you like the content, please go on YouTube, Rumble, subscribe, and we're going to keep it coming, baby. Thank y'all so much. Just want to test it out. I hope everybody have a blessed day. And leave your comments at the bottom. So that way there we can get on the page and I can respond to the comments and get your take. But anything you do in life, right? You need to put your all in to get the results that you really want. Because lying to yourself and lying to people, it pushes you so further away from where you need to be. So listen to me, baby. God bless, keep you. Welcome to the morning show, baby.